Visual culture fundamentally denotes the way by which media is put out into society and the way it's received. It encompasses everything that is communicated by visual means, more commonly looking at media we come into contact with and create every day. When looking at visual culture, it's important to understand the historical context, especially given the evolutionary nature of the field of study. Nowadays, media isn't solely produced by just designers, advertisers, cinematographers, documentarians, photographers, writers, or illustrators. With accessible social media platforms giving everyone a spotlight, it's easier than ever to create and share content, which inevitably has redefined the nature of visual culture and visual society, even to what it was just 10 or 15 years ago. Partnering with Cancer Patients Aid Association, or the CPAA, Mahindra Rise developed the Sehat Cup Batua Health Purse campaign centered around breast cancer awareness and screening in order to reach women in rural areas of India. The Health Purse campaign's primary goal is to give women resources and education in order to conduct their own at-home breast examinations. To achieve this, the not-for-profit organization developed a purse with step-by-step instructions on how to check for possible abnormalities. There's two ways of looking at the social responsibility of the designers involved in this project. The whole concept of the purse itself shows the cultural consideration of the campaign, incorporating the already established practice of hiding money in blouses to cater to their targeted demographic. Therefore, it becomes easier for these women to incorporate it into their lives and routine. The illustrations on the purse are designed using local folk art styles and made using skin-friendly cloth, demonstrating the ethical and ethnic considerations of the concept behind the campaign, as well as appealing specifically to their demographic. As far as marketing goes with this campaign, I feel as though it's not so much about bringing awareness to the women they're aiming to reach, as the organization has partnerships and institutions in place in order to have one-on-one contact with women in these areas, so to provide their services in a more tangible way. Rather, it's about raising awareness of health issues in isolated areas in order to encourage active change and participation. However, through Mahindra Rise and the CPAA, there hasn't been a massive media presence, and it was only through the Cannes Lions Festival that it got global exposure and traction. While the film itself concisely outlines the campaign while being captivating and relevant, the outreach side of the campaign isn't having as strong of an impact as it isn't utilizing the new media tools which are readily available at their disposal. As with everything, there are positive and negative consequences of new media, which ultimately boils down to how it's utilized and the motivation for this information given. Visual culture has become ingrained into our society in such a way that it's taken the responsibility of actively seeking information away from us. Yet we're given access to a multitude of opinions and contrapositives. That truth and authenticity gets lost, and being right drives the conversation. Therefore, we are critically analyzing and questioning everything we see. And yet, because we're now conditioned to feel entitled to a really fast-paced, instant, and easy lifestyle, that we're receiving information from whatever outlet is at our disposal, despite whether it's reputable or not. This newfound culture poses the issue of social responsibility and whether or not it's being exercised by media creators. Media seems to be washed with bias and unwholesome reporting used to satisfy political ends or push a product. It seems like it's no longer about the issue, but who can benefit from the issue. Hence, we're fed this constructed piece of persuasive information to position us to react a certain way, which may not be necessarily based on any merit. Therefore, the whole chain of visual culture has now been manufactured, making it really superficial. As theorized by French sociologist Jean Baudrillard in Simulacra and Simulation, he poses the notion of the simulacrum, where he argues that there is no longer a real that is being represented, because signs of the real have replaced the real, alluding to a hyperreal sheltered from any distinction between the real and the imaginary. This theory can be applied to the media we come into contact with and how we interact with it. For example, reality TV, although marketed as the real, is a completely fabricated representation of the real. Or with social media, we are specifically choosing staged and edited photos or putting out content to portray how we want to represent our lives. Although we maintain a need to retain the morality of authenticity, totally contradicting the culture we all take part in. As a society, we are programmed to be attracted to authenticity, regardless of whether it's in practice. Therefore, as designers, ethically, we must be aware of this and market in a beneficial way to positively impact our audience, utilizing the tools we are given in a non-self-serving way.